Welcome back to English Ascent Daily, the place where we improve our English and build a stronger mindset, one simple step at a time. I am truly happy that you are here. Let me ask you something. Have you ever shared a big plan before you even started working on it? Maybe you told your friends, I am going to start a business. Maybe you said, I am going to exercise every morning. Or perhaps you announced, this year, I will finally write my book. Everyone became excited. They praised you. They said, wow, that is an amazing idea. For a few minutes, you felt successful. You had not opened the business. You had not gone to the gym. You had not written even one page. But somehow, you already felt like a winner. Then Monday morning arrived. Your alarm rang at 5 o'clock, and suddenly your wonderful plan did not feel so wonderful. You looked at the alarm and said, maybe successful people can wake up at 6. Ha ha ha. This happens to many people. Sharing a plan can give us a quick feeling of satisfaction. When someone praises our idea, our mind may feel as if we have already made progress. But talking about a goal and working on a goal are two completely different things. Words are easy. Quiet action is harder. That is why some dreams grow better in silence. Think of your plan like a small seed. You do not take a seed out of the ground every morning and show it to everyone. You protect it. You give it water. You give it time. You allow its roots to become strong before anyone sees the plant. Your plans often need the same protection. They need your time, your energy, and your daily effort, not an early round of applause. Most people do not share plans because they are careless. They share because excitement is hard to hold inside. A new idea can feel like a bright light. You want someone else to see it. You want to hear, you can do this. There is nothing strange about that. We all enjoy support. We all want to feel understood. The problem begins when talking becomes a replacement for doing. Imagine that you want to learn to play the guitar. On Tuesday, you buy a beautiful guitar. On Wednesday, you post a picture of it. On Thursday, your coworkers ask when your first concert will be. Now you have a new guitar, 27 encouraging comments, and no idea where to put your fingers. The dream has become public, but the skill has not even begun. When we describe a future version of ourselves, we often enjoy that identity for a moment. We say, I am becoming a runner, and people begin to see us as active. We say, I am building a company, and people begin to see us as ambitious. That attention feels good. It can create a small emotional reward before we have earned the real result. This does not mean that one conversation will destroy every goal. Life is not that simple. It means we should notice what happens inside us after we speak. Do we feel more ready to work? Or do we feel as if the work is partly finished? Do we take the first step? Or do we continue explaining the dream? An honest answer can teach us a lot. Some people spend more time designing the announcement than designing the plan. They choose the perfect photo. They write a powerful caption. They imagine the comments. They even choose the song that will play behind the video. Everything is ready except the actual work. The goal is still sitting in the corner, quietly wondering, hello? Do you remember me? A private goal has a different kind of energy. It does not need to impress anyone. It does not need to look perfect. You can make mistakes without feeling embarrassed. You can change your method. You can start again. You can learn slowly. No audience is waiting for a daily report, so your attention stays on the work itself. This quiet period is especially important at the beginning. New goals are often weak. Your confidence is not strong yet. Your routine is still forming. One careless comment can affect you more than it should. Someone may laugh at your idea. Someone may tell you it is impossible. Someone may compare you with a person who has already been doing it for 10 years. Suppose Emma in Ohio wants to open a small online bakery. She has tested only 2 recipes. She is still learning how to price her cookies. If she tells everyone at once, she may receive 50 different opinions. One person tells her to sell cakes. Another tells her to make bread. Someone says she needs a store. Her cousin says she should create sugar-free cookies for dogs. Now, Emma is not building a bakery. She is managing a free meeting she never requested. Too many opinions can make a simple plan feel confusing. Every person speaks from a different life. Their advice may be kind, but it may not fit your goal. One friend is worried about money. Another is afraid of change. Another person gave up on a similar dream years ago. Their fear can enter your plan even when it does not belong there. People often place their own limits on other people's dreams. If they cannot imagine doing something, they may believe you cannot do it either. They might say, "That is too difficult," when they really mean, "That would be too difficult for me." Learn to hear the difference. Their sentence may sound like a fact, but it may only be a personal fear wearing a serious jacket. You do not have to fight with these people. You do not have to prove anything in a long debate. Save that energy. A plan needs fuel, and your attention is part of that fuel. If you spend every evening defending your dream, you will have less strength left to build it. Silence can be a very practical form of protection. There is another reason to stay quiet. Public plans can create pressure. Once many people know, every small delay can feel like a public failure. You may begin to worry about what others will think. Real progress is often not impressive. It can look like reading 10 pages after dinner. It can look like saving $20 each week. It can look like practicing English alone in your car. It can look like sending one job application before breakfast. These actions are small. Nobody claps for them. Yet this is where a new life is quietly built. Social media can make silence feel unusual. We are encouraged to share every beginning. A new notebook becomes a post. A new pair of running shoes becomes a story. A new business idea becomes a video series. Sharing is not always bad, but it can make us perform the journey instead of living it. We start thinking about content before we think about commitment. Ask yourself a simple question before you announce something. Why do I want to share this? Maybe you need real help. Maybe you want useful feedback. Maybe you need a partner. Those can be good reasons. But perhaps you only want quick praise. Perhaps you want people to see you as brave, smart, or disciplined. If praise is the main goal, pause before you speak. You can enjoy your excitement without giving it to the whole world. Write the plan in a private notebook. Record a voice note for yourself. Take a walk and think about the first 3 steps. Turn the emotional energy into a useful action. Excitement is powerful, but it should move your feet, not only your mouth. Try this rule. When you feel the urge to announce a goal, complete one real step first. If you want to start a podcast, record a short practice episode. If you want to improve your health, take a walk today. If you want to learn English, study for 20 minutes before telling anyone about your new routine. Action gives your dream a foundation. Then complete another step. Keep going until the plan has some roots. A week of action is better than an hour of excited talking. A month of practice teaches you more than 100 opinions. Once you understand the work, you will also know what kind of support you truly need. You will ask better questions because you now have real experience. Keeping a plan private does not mean hiding forever. It means choosing the right time and the right person. There is a difference between sharing for attention and sharing for support. A trusted mentor can help you avoid mistakes. A serious partner can work beside you. A good friend can hold you accountable. The key is to share with purpose. Choose people who respect both your dream and your effort. A helpful person will not only say, "That sounds amazing," they may ask, "What is your next step?" They may help you create a schedule. They may check on your progress next Friday. Their support returns your attention to action. That is very different from giving you 5 minutes of empty excitement. Be careful with people who make every conversation about themselves. You tell them you want to run a 5K, and suddenly they are explaining how they almost joined the Olympics in high school. You tell them you are learning Spanish, and they say they once ordered a taco without looking at the menu. These stories may be funny, but they are not always useful support. A good accountability partner should be trustworthy, calm, and honest. This person does not need to know every detail. Tell them the action you will take and the time you will take it. For example, say, "I will practice for 30 minutes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday." This is clear. It gives them something real to ask about. Notice that this kind of sharing is about behavior, not identity. You are not saying, "I am going to become the greatest writer in America." You are saying, "I will write 500 words before work." The first sentence creates a big image. The second sentence creates a real appointment. Big images feel exciting, but clear appointments move life forward. One useful method is to make an if-then plan. It is simple. You connect an action to a clear situation. You might say, "If it is 7 o'clock in the evening, then I will sit at my desk and study English for 20 minutes. Or, if I finish lunch, then I will walk for 10 minutes. This removes some daily debate. Without a clear plan, your mind can become a talented lawyer. It gives you wonderful reasons to wait. The weather is not perfect. I should begin next Monday. I need a better chair. I cannot study because my favorite pen is missing. Your mind can turn one missing pen into a national emergency. A clear time and place make excuses less powerful. Your plan should also be small enough to begin. Many goals fail because the first step is too large. A person who never exercises decides to train for 2 hours every day. A person who rarely reads plans to finish one book each morning. That sounds strong, but it is difficult to continue. A smaller promise can create a stronger routine. Start with an action that feels almost too easy. Read 2 pages, save $5, practice 10 new words, walk around the block, write 1 paragraph. The goal is not to impress yourself on day 1. The goal is to return on day 2. A routine becomes powerful when it survives ordinary days. Ordinary days matter more than dramatic days. Anyone can feel motivated after an inspiring video. The real test comes on a rainy Wednesday when you are tired and dinner is still in the refrigerator. Your dream will not always feel exciting. Sometimes it will feel like work because, well, it is work. That does not mean the dream is wrong. Silence helps you accept this boring part. When you are not trying to entertain an audience, you can simply repeat the basic actions. You can practice the same skill again. You can fix a small mistake. You can improve 1%. There is no need to create a dramatic update. The quiet routine becomes enough. Let us imagine another example. Marcus lives in Phoenix and wants to run his first half marathon. In the past, he told everyone about his fitness plans. He bought expensive shoes, posted 3 photos, and stopped after 9 days. This time, he tells only his older brother, who runs with him on Saturday mornings. For 12 weeks, Marcus trains quietly. Some runs are slow. One morning, he walks more than he runs. He does not call himself a failure. He adjusts his plan and returns the next day. When race day arrives, his friends are surprised. They thought he had simply become very interested in bananas and comfortable shoes. Marcus succeeds because he builds proof in private. Every completed run tells him, I can keep a promise to myself. This kind of confidence is stronger than praise. Praise comes from another person and can disappear quickly. Private proof stays with you. It grows each time your actions match your words. That is the confidence you want. You do not need to tell yourself that you are disciplined 50 times. Keep one small promise today, then keep another tomorrow. Your mind will begin to trust you. Self-trust is not built by powerful speeches in the mirror. It is built by evidence. Of course, you may miss a day. You are a human being, not a perfect machine with a calendar. Missing one day does not destroy the plan. The danger comes when one missed day becomes a reason to quit. Return quickly. Do not create a long story about failure. Take the next small action and continue. Private plans make it easier to change direction. Maybe you begin a course and discover that it is not right for you. Maybe your business idea needs a different customer. Maybe your schedule does not fit your family life. You can adjust without explaining every change to 50 people. Flexibility is not weakness. It is part of intelligent growth. Some people stay with a bad plan because they announced it too loudly. They fear looking confused. They think changing direction will make them look weak. So they keep walking down the wrong road just to appear consistent. That is like driving toward Miami when you need to reach Seattle because you already told everyone you were heading south. Your goal is to create a good life, not a perfect public story. Real growth includes experiments. Some ideas work, some do not. Some goals teach you what you truly want. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to change. Privacy gives you room to be a beginner without turning every lesson into an explanation. Do not confuse privacy with dishonesty. You do not need to lie when someone asks what you are doing. You can answer simply. Say, I am working on a few things. Say, I will share more when it is ready. Or say, I am focusing on my routine right now. These are honest and healthy answers. You are allowed to have boundaries. Curiosity does not give another person the right to know every detail. Some people will keep asking questions. They may say, come on, just tell me, smile, and stay calm. You do not need a courtroom speech. A short answer is enough. Your plan is not a missing person. Nobody needs an investigation. You can also change the subject politely. Ask the other person about their week, their family, or their work. Most people enjoy talking about themselves, so the plan will probably work very well. Within 30 seconds, they may forget your secret project and begin telling you a detailed story about their new air fryer. The deeper lesson is not only about other people. It is about learning to hold your own excitement. Can you believe in a goal without receiving immediate approval? Can you continue when nobody is watching? Can you work without a promise of praise? These questions build emotional strength. When you always need others to approve your plan, they begin to control your motivation. Their excitement lifts you. Their doubt pulls you down. Their silence makes you question yourself. That is an unstable way to live. Your direction should come from your values, your needs, and your honest understanding of your life. This does not mean ignoring all feedback. Wise feedback is valuable, but feedback should enter at the right stage. First, understand your goal. Do some basic work. Learn where you are confused. Then ask a specific person a specific question. What do you think is often too wide? Can you check whether this price covers my costs? Is much more useful. Specific questions lead to useful answers. They also protect you from receiving advice about every part of your life. If you ask 10 people whether you should start, you may receive 10 emotional opinions. If you ask one experienced person how to improve your first step, you may receive knowledge you can actually use. Think carefully about who has earned the right to hear your early plans. Has this person supported your growth before? Can they keep private information private? Do they understand the subject? Can they disagree without making you feel small? A person can love you and still be the wrong person for a particular conversation. Sometimes family members worry because they care. Their fear is not always an attack. A parent may hear new business and think financial danger. A partner may hear career change and think uncertain future. Listen to real concerns, especially when your choices affect them. Silence should never become an excuse to ignore shared responsibilities. If your plan affects your family's money, time, home, or safety, honest communication matters. Keeping a personal reading goal private is one thing. Secretly spending the family's savings is very different. Wisdom means knowing the difference. Protect your dream, but do not break trust with people who will carry the results with you. The phrase, "never share your plans," is a strong reminder, not a command to become lonely. Its real message is this: stop giving everyone access to a dream that is still weak. Stop searching for applause before you build evidence. Stop explaining what your actions have not yet proven. Share less, choose better, and work more. Many people announce the destination, but never build the road. They say, "I will be successful." That is a hope, not a system. A system answers practical questions. What will you do? When will you do it? Where will you do it? How long will you do it? What will you do when the first plan fails? Write these answers down. Keep them clear. If your goal is to improve your English, your system might be simple. Listen for 15 minutes in the morning. Repeat 5 sentences aloud. Write 3 new phrases in a notebook. Use 1 phrase in a conversation. This plan may not look exciting online, but it can create real improvement. Track the actions that you control. Do not only track the final result. You cannot control exactly when a company will hire you. You can control how many strong applications you send. You cannot control how quickly a video becomes popular. You can control whether you write, edit, and publish with care. Focus on the part that belongs to you. This protects your motivation. Results often arrive slowly. If you only celebrate big outcomes, you may feel empty for months. But if you notice daily effort, you create more chances to feel progress. You finished the lesson, you made the call, you practiced the skill. These small wins help you continue. Keep a private scorecard if it helps. Put a check mark on the calendar after each practice session. Write the number of pages you completed. Record how much money you saved. The record does not need to be beautiful. It only needs to be true. A simple row of check marks can say more than 1,000 motivational captions. At the end of each week, review your plan quietly. Ask what worked. Ask what made the goal difficult. Maybe the time was wrong. Maybe the step was too large. Maybe you need better information. Change the system without attacking yourself. A review should help you learn, not make you feel guilty. Use kind and honest language with yourself. Instead of saying, "I am lazy," say, "I did not follow the schedule this week." The first sentence attacks your identity. The second describes a behavior. Behavior can change. Clear language gives you a path forward, while harsh labels often make you want to hide. The same rule works when you succeed. Instead of only saying, "I am amazing," notice the behavior that helped you. Say, "I prepared the night before." Say, "I practiced even when I felt tired." Say, "I asked for help at the right time." This teaches you how to repeat success. As your plan becomes stronger, decide when to reveal it. You might wait until you reach a clear milestone. Finish the first draft before you announce the book. Serve your first 10 customers before you share the business story. Complete several weeks of training before you talk about the race. Let progress speak before promises do. When you finally share, your words will feel different. You will not be asking people to believe in an idea that only exists in your imagination. You will have experience. You will have lessons. You may even have a result. The conversation becomes more useful because your plan is no longer only a plan. Results also reduce the need for long explanations. If you have been practicing the piano for 6 months, people can hear the music. If you have been writing every day, they can read the pages. If you have been saving money, you can see the number. Quiet work creates evidence that words do not need to defend. There is a calm power in being underestimated. People may think you are doing nothing because they cannot see your work. Let them think that. You do not need to send a weekly report to people who are not part of your journey. Their misunderstanding does not stop your progress. In fact, low attention can be useful. It gives you room to learn. A small tree can grow while nobody is looking at it. Then one day, people notice the shade. They call it sudden success, but you know the truth. The result may appear suddenly. The work did not. Almost every meaningful achievement has an invisible season. There are early mornings nobody sees. There are repeated mistakes nobody hears about. There are nights when the person wants to quit. There are simple choices made again and again. The public moment is only the top of a much larger story. Maybe your current dream is still very small. Perhaps you want to speak English with more confidence. Perhaps you want to improve your health, change your job, create a peaceful home, or begin a creative project. Whatever it is, give it a quiet place to grow. You do not need to make a grand announcement tonight. Choose one action that you can complete in the next 24 hours. Make it clear and realistic. Put it on your calendar. Prepare what you need. Then do it before you discuss the plan with anyone. Let your first conversation about the goal happen between you and your actions. After you complete that step, notice how you feel. The satisfaction may be quieter than public praise, but it is more solid. You did not borrow confidence from someone's reaction. You created confidence through effort. That feeling can support the next step. Then repeat the process. Do not search for a new motivational idea every morning. The internet has enough morning routines to keep us awake until midnight. Choose a simple method and stay with it long enough to learn. Consistency often looks less exciting than change, but it creates stronger results. Remember that discipline is not always loud or hard. Sometimes discipline means closing an app and opening a book. Sometimes it means preparing lunch instead of ordering fast food again. Sometimes it means going to bed on time. Sometimes it means saying nothing about the future and completing the work in front of you. Your silence should feel focused, not angry. Do not keep plans private because you hate everyone or believe everyone wants you to fail. Most people are busy thinking about their own lives. Keep your plan private because your attention is valuable. Use that attention to build, learn, and improve. Avoid turning privacy into pride. You are not better than people who share their goals. Different people need different kinds of support. Some feel stronger in a group. Some benefit from public accountability. The important question is whether sharing leads to useful action. Judge the result honestly. If sharing with a small group helps you stay consistent, use that support. A running club, study group, coach, or therapist can make a major difference. The goal is not total isolation. The goal is intentional communication. Tell the people who can help. Avoid performing for people who only watch. You can use a simple 3-question test. First, why am I sharing this? Second, why am I telling this person? Third, what will I do after this conversation? If your answers are clear, sharing may be helpful. If you only want praise and have no next step, keep the plan in your notebook for now. The third question is especially powerful. What will you do after speaking? Will you open the document? Will you make the call? Will you train? Will you study? Every useful conversation should lead back to behavior. Otherwise, it may only become another comfortable place to stay. Comfort can be dangerous when it looks like progress. Talking, planning, watching advice, and buying supplies can all feel productive. Sometimes they are useful, but they can also help us avoid the difficult action. At some point, the notebook must close and the work must begin. You do not need perfect confidence before that moment. Confidence often arrives after action, not before it. Begin while you still feel uncertain. Begin while the plan is small. Begin before you know how every part will work. A quiet first step can teach you more than a loud promise. Be patient with the invisible stage. Roots grow before flowers appear. Skills develop before results become clear. Habits feel difficult before they feel natural. Your job is not to force everyone to notice. Your job is to keep giving the plan what it needs. One day, the goal may become visible. Your English will sound more natural. Your body will feel stronger. Your work will improve. Your savings will grow. Your project will exist outside your imagination. People may ask, when did you do all of this? You can smile and say, I started some time ago. That answer has quiet confidence. It does not need to make anyone feel small. It does not need a dramatic speech. It simply shows that you learned how to work without constant attention. You protected the beginning, stayed close to the process, and allowed your actions to become your announcement. So keep your next important plan close for a while. Write it down. Break it into small steps. Choose a time and place for the first action. Tell one trustworthy person only if their support is truly useful. Then return to the work. Let your energy flow into creation instead of explanation. Do not worry if nobody is clapping yet. Applause is not required for growth. A seed does not stop growing because the garden is quiet. Your plan does not need a crowd. It needs patience, care, and repeated action. Give it those things, and let the results arrive in their own time. Before you leave, think of one plan you have been talking about more than you have been doing. Do not judge yourself. Just choose one small action. Complete it today. Tomorrow, complete another. Build a private record that proves you can trust yourself. And when you feel the urge to announce everything, remember this simple sentence. Do not show people the promise. Show yourself the progress. Protect the early dream. Work when nobody is watching. Speak when your words can help the goal. Stay quiet when silence can make it stronger. Thank you for spending this time with me on English Ascent Daily. If this message helped you, listen to it again and practice the sentences aloud. It will strengthen both your English and your mindset. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep taking quiet steps toward the life you want. I will meet you again in the next episode.